Hi, this is Claudia and Bob. We're at the Easton Apiary. Today is July 14th. Happy Bastille Day. We were here 9 days ago to check on hive number 1. Last time we were here, we added box 5, this lovely red box, and they had worked box 4. There was some capped food in there that we're not going to call honey. So today we're going to look and see if there's any actual honey in box 5. We're also going to make sure that the queen is laying brood and everybody's happy. All right. Not too many bees crawling out the top, but that's okay. There we go. There's our girls. All right, we've got bees hanging on the underside of the inner cover. You can see the propolis hanging in strings. It's pretty warm today. And you might want to check the underneath of your inner cover for any small hive beetles. I don't see any at all here, which is good.
We haven't seen any out here.
And we do have a trap here in box 5. We'll take that out so it doesn't spill on the bees. And no hive beetle in there, plenty of fluid, so that's a good sign. Put that aside. Okay. All right, so this box 5 has been on for about 9 days. We should see some of the frames partly worked, but mostly we want to make sure they have plenty of room and plenty of good ventilation. The feeder's been off here for about 10 days or so, and typically this time of year we experience a dearth, but we've had so much rain this year that it hasn't yet appeared to be an issue. Notice how I qualify that. So this frame was new 9 days ago. They've worked it a little bit. This is frame number 2 from my left. So a little bit of work here, not too much. I'll hang this up to get it out of the way. This way we have plenty of room to move the frames around. Alright, so I don't see too much work in any of these. I'm going to go to the center frames and take a look. So this is frame 5. It's worked a little bit more than the first one we pulled out, but not much. So at this point they've got lots to do up here, and that's fine. This is a first-year hive, and they have been very productive all season. See if I can. Let's take a look and see what's going on in 4. Last time we were here in box 4, there were several frames that were fully capped. Nice bee cover on the top here.
Hello.
Did you notice that we haven't smoked?
These are really calm.
Yeah. They've been calm all season.
And if you've been in your hive enough, hopefully you're talking to your bees. They do recognize your voice after a while.
And probably your scent.
And your scent, but yeah, they do like to be talked to. We've noticed that. A lot of people do that.
Okay, so here we're pulling up frame 2. And side toward the center is what you're looking at right now. It's drawn pretty nicely. There is nectar in here. There's some capping on the top cells up in here. Not solid, but just the start of it.
Here, hold that there. I'm going to zoom in just so you can see it
Okay.
up close a little bit here. And there is nectar in there.
Yes.
And you can usually, if you kind of, you'll see a little shine reflection. That tells you that there's nectar in there. There's liquid. Okay.
Okay. And then the side toward the outer side of the box is about the same. If the bees were still depending on a feeder, or if they needed the feeder, at this point, this hive has enough of their own stores that they could be eating. Okay, so the top of this frame is capped, but there's some brood there in the middle, right above the depression. And on the other side too. So this is a mixed frame, and we had seen this last inspection. So it's okay, but this is not then truly a super. If we were fussy, we could have put a queen excluder, but we're not. At this point in a first-year hive, I think we're really more concerned about population growing and the queen being a good layer than anything else. So let's take a look at frame 4 here. This is another frame that's mostly brood. It's empty on my side. Let's see what's here. And so now we want to take a look for the queen. This is a frame where we would expect to see her laying. A few brood cells, but mostly open. Let's see what's going on next door. Hey, sweetie. Step away from the hive tool. They've done a great job with the propolis. So this is a heavy frame. It's a honey frame. Actually, sugar syrup.
Totally capped.
Okay, so your side is totally capped.
Well,
except
7/8.
Okay, and then on the other side, just the top fourth or so is capped. All right, so this is definitely a mixed use box, which is fine.
All right, let's go ahead and go down and look at 3.
Okay. I'm going to dress this up a little bit. Put frame 2 back in its slot. It's always better to put the frames in the way you took them out. Front back to front and same position. But remember, even on brood frames, the bees will put in a food reserve across the top and on the sides to make that nice arch. Alright, sweetie pies, let's go up. Okay, again, a light frame. Yes, nice brood. Okay, what do we have over here?
Some brood.
Some brood.
cat brood.
Okay. Let's see if there's larvae in here. Yeah, there's some uncapped larvae.
Some eggs.
Yeah. The larva's nice and creamy white. It's sort of at the edges of where the cat brood are. Yeah, let's take a look. This side too, we have more cat brood and some open cells with open, uncapped larvae across the top.
All right, she looks
Okay.
good.
And then there's a little food right in there in the corner with that characteristic white capping. All right, let's pull one more frame out just for fun.
Why don't you hang that one?
I'm going to. Wait and see what's in here. Just check it. Okay, let's look at frame 4. Another light frame, lightweight. Oh, there's the queen. Okay, right there. Get the camera on her, Ron. See her? Right in the middle.
Yep.
Big as can be.
Okay.
Got her?
Right in the middle there.
Uh-huh. And she's got a tiny drop of white.
They've been grooming her, so they usually, by this time of year, they have licked it off of her.
All right, we're going to put this frame right back and not disturb her anymore. So, this hive continues to just click right along. Good population. Queen is laying in regular patterns. The temperament is calm. They're still bringing in food, even in mid-July. So, good job, hive number 1. All right, if you have questions or comments, give us a holler.
Or put your question up on the Facebook page. We've been posting both to OSU First Year Bee Yard and Central Ohio Beekeepers. We really appreciate you folks who have been watching.
And our first live meeting for COBA will be this Thursday at Franklin Park Conservatory.